Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're unpacking a really powerful and frankly inspiring narrative. It's from a source called Arab's Village of Resilience. And this deep dive, it's really all about the surprising impact, one young person can have, especially when they're facing huge challenges, even doubt from their own community.
Yeah, it's quite a story.
Imagine this. A really severe storm hits a small village, homes destroyed, livelihoods just shattered.
Total devastation.
Right. What would it possibly take for that community to rebuild? And maybe more importantly, who would even lead that charge?
Well, you're about to meet a boy who answered that call, and in a really unexpected way.
So let's get into Arav himself. The source introduces him as this curious kid, right, from a small village.
Yeah, loved books, loved nature. Pretty quiet, it seems.
But he wasn't just accepted, was he? He faced challenges. People taunting him.
Exactly. The source mentions this specific taunt. What can you do in this small place? That kind of dismissal.
Oof, that's rough. That classic small-town skepticism. So relatable, unfortunately. But even then, the source points out these, consistent, quiet acts of kindness he was doing.
Yeah, daily things. Watering trees, helping injured birds.
Assisting elderly people across the road. Yeah, they seem like simple gestures on the surface.
They do, but were they really that simple? Or was something maybe deeper being built there?
What do you think?
Well, the source implies these weren't just, random acts of niceness.
Yeah.
It suggests they were more like foundational deposits, building what you might call social capital, quietly building empathy.
And trust.
And crucially, trust within his community. These weren't just good deeds in isolation. They were kind of preparing him, even if he didn't know it.
For what was coming.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That quiet empathy wasn't just a nice personality trait. The narrative really underscores it as, preparation.
And that preparation was tested, wasn't it? And quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Our source, it vividly describes the catalyst, this absolutely devastating storm that just slams the village.
Significant destruction. Homes broken, trees down everywhere.
People suffered heavy losses. The whole fabric of the community just ripped apart.
Yeah, a profound crisis moment, the kind where, normal leadership might just freeze or falter.
And this is where Ur's journey really becomes this deep dive into resilience, like the title says.
Absolutely.
Because this is where the story takes that turn, right?
Yeah.
After that kind of devastation, you'd expect despair, hopelessness.
Just a natural inclination, yeah.
But Ur's response was incredibly proactive. And honestly, it shocked everyone.
What did he do?
He sets up a help center just outside the village. And people started bringing things, old clothes, food items, medicines, collecting aid.
Okay, so coordinating local efforts, that's already impressive.
But he didn't stop there. That's the thing. He actually went to the city and used social media to appeal for help, reaching out way beyond his small community.
Wow. Okay, that's a significant step. Using modern tools to amplify a local crisis. That's smart.
It's a crucial pivot, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's a really powerful illustration of how grassroots initiatives, when they're fueled by individual conviction, can use digital platforms to scale impact so quickly.
He just intuitively got it.
Seems like it. He understood how to go beyond those traditional community boundaries, building this new kind of digital social capital almost overnight.
And the result, the source makes it clear. It was incredible.
What happened?
Within just a few weeks, aid started pouring in from people across the entire country.
Just from that one appeal.
From that appeal, yeah. His, quote, small effort gave the entire village a new life.
That's amazing. Just amazing.
And his core motivation, this is maybe the most powerful part, a news channel interviewed him, asked about his inspiration.
And what did he say?
He just smiled, apparently, and said, someone told me I couldn't do anything. I wanted to prove that even a small person can make a big impact.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
That hits hard.
Right.
Yeah. And if you look at that response, through a psychological lens, it isn't just about proving doubters wrong, though that's part of it.
What else is there?
It really speaks to the powerful role that external skepticism, those taunts, can actually play in forging internal resolve.
So it fueled him.
Exactly. It transformed a personal challenge into this catalyst for collective good, the very things meant to hold him back.
Became his motivation.
Precisely. They didn't defeat him. They became an accelerant for his own drive. proving his own potential, and in doing that, lifting up his whole village.
And it connects back to those early acts, doesn't it?
It really does. His consistent small acts of kindness as a kid, they weren't just random. They showed that deep empathy, that commitment,
That prepared him.
that really prepared him for leadership when the crisis hit. It was all connected.
So when we step back, what does Arav's story really reveal about, the true source of impact? And how often do we maybe overlook the potential in those seemingly small actions or small individuals?
Or even within ourselves.
Or even within ourselves, yeah.
Yeah. It raises a really important question for all of us, I think. How just the simple act of quiet commitment, or maybe an overlooked habit of empathy, like Argov showed, how might that be the actual seed for a future movement that changes lives? It really challenges our ideas about who gets to be a leader, doesn't it?